Alright, hello everybody, my name is Dalton Rellinger, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. About a decade has passed since whenever I left off in the previous video, and they're not going great. We are $6 million in debt, and pretty much every single one of our vehicles is, hang on a second. Pretty much all of our vehicles are in very bad condition. We got some mediocre ones, but we've also got pretty much all of them are in bad or very bad condition, so things aren't looking great. And unfortunately, unlike Transport Fever 1, these vehicles won't replace themselves. I have to go through and manually replace them, but I can't really afford to do that because number one, I'm $6 million in debt, and number two, we have a lot of other things that we need to do. However, I think the vehicle's age doesn't really matter. Like, the maintenance cost goes up on the vehicles, but the maintenance costs will never cost more than what the vehicle actually brings in. So, no matter how battered and beaten up the vehicles get, they will continue to bring in money, though at a much lower rate. And since the previous episode, I have also taken away this rail line. It was not doing hardly any good at all whatsoever. And whenever I switched the train on, this station started putting the stone to go directly to this station rather than this one, and I don't know what was causing it. So these two trains that I've got over here, which are really pretty much the backbone of the economy right now, they were like basically useless, so I had to get rid of the other station. It was not what I originally wanted, but it's what I had to do, unfortunately. And unfortunately, these trains are also getting to be in very bad condition too. So they're going to be bringing in less and less money. I need to get at least one or two more trains out there. That way we can actually have a bit more of a reliable source of income coming in. And eventually, we might kind of branch out. We'll try this again at some point, but for right now, I just don't have the finances to do it. On easy or maybe even medium difficulty, having a train that kind of loses money isn't going to be the worst thing in the world, but on hard, it's a nightmare. You can't really have any lines that are losing money, and right now, that's pretty much what I've got. All of our lines are making money. Not a lot of money, but they are making money. Nothing is in the debt. And also, if we look at our finances here, yeah, we've had a steady increase. Like, look at this year over here. This was crazy. But we've had a pretty steady increase since the game's beginning. Minus whenever the game, like, first started. Okay, let's put it back onto... I don't know why it goes all the way up to 45 years. We've only been doing this for 11 years in terms of in-game time, but whatever. So let's go back down to, I guess, the previous... Just go down to the previous 10 years. That way it's a bit more manageable. So what I'm thinking is, outside of just putting a couple more trains on this particular line right here, what we could also do is we can come back up here. Unfortunately, the heartland of this map is just really not that great. There's not a lot of ways to connect other towns. I mean, there's this little circlet over here that we could probably do something with, but it's going to cost a lot of money because it looks pretty flat from up here, but whenever you come down here, it's anything but flat. It's got an entire rolling mountain going down, basically. So we can't do anything with that, which means that we're kind of stuck just kind of hugging the rivers for right now. And I think what I want to do once I clear out a few more, once I like repay some more debt, I'm going to start setting up a ferry line. So we'll have a port here, a port down here, and then a port over here. And what we'll have is just a ship that continues going in this circlet here, and it just makes money nonstop. It's just going to transport people from one city to another, and that's going to be its only job. And we might also set up a taxi service that comes from here and goes down to either this city or this city. I could put a port down here, but I mean, there's roads here, which means it's basically, you know, free real estate. However, this city over here is completely isolated. It doesn't have a single road that goes to a different town, so it is completely isolated and is completely dependent on ports. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that into an advantage in terms of making money. But right now, I just don't have the funds to do that. I could take out, you know, another 4 million, because these ports are going to cost like... Okay, I could actually afford one right now, but I don't want to. I want to pay off a few more loans, and then we'll kind of consider it, because I also want to have enough money to buy a few more trains over here. Admittedly, if I were to... Hang on a second. Let's just do train 2 for right now. I said let's just do train 2. If I were to just do that, so I would only get, like... its cost keeps going down. That's not good. We do have a new engine, though. I forgot to point this out. We do have a new engine. And it has a lot more power, which is going to help out tremendously. But if I were to have the same amount of cars, it's going to cost 1.3 million. Which means having both of these trains would be... it'd be like $3 million. I mean, I could take out the loans necessary to do that, but I don't know. The problem is these trains are going to continue to bring in less and less money as time goes on. Should I do it? I want to do the port thing, though, because ships have an incredibly long lifespan. They have like a 50-year lifespan. And I mean, let's face it, I mean, ships are kind of supposed to be rusted anyway. But I mean, look at this. I mean, it had this year right here where it didn't bring anything in, and this year over here. But this thing is bringing in like twice as much as it costs almost. Let's go down to the previous 10 years. Yeah. What to do. Okay, admittedly, as much as I want to do the ports, it's not going to rack in a lot of money, and there needs to be a lot of infrastructure set up as well. Like, we need to set up a taxi service for every one of these towns, and we have to set up the ports. And ships travel very slowly. It'll take a while for them to actually build up any kind of passengers, so it might be better just taking out the loans and just replacing these trains and putting on another one or two if we can. Okay, admittedly, I'm getting close to another loan payment here. In fact, I just missed it. If I can get down to 5 million, I think that would be good enough. I mean, I could probably do it now, but Well, let's just kind of test things out here. So if I were to buy... If I were to buy one of those, it's 1.7 million. And I would want to buy multiple of these. So let's do that. Yeah, that's 3.4 million. Well, basically 3.5 million. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's really, really, really gonna hurt, but I kind of feel like I might not have a choice but to do it. Oh, hello, 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 hello. Pay that off. It helps to repay loans like as quickly as possible because you are paying for these loans. Like every paycheck, you are... Or like every bit of the month, you are paying for these loans, and it hurts over time. The wise thing to do would just be to kind of wait for these trains to just kind of slowly build up enough money to just pay off the loans completely. But by the time that happens, technology will have increased so much that these trains will just be completely worthless. But they are paying for themselves for the most part, but their costs are starting to catch up with them. Yeah, it's remained pretty much the same every year. But slowly but surely, we are paying off the loan. That's all that really matters. Admittedly, something I could do is I could put a couple more wagons on this line over here. Just kind of help the ship get filled up a bit faster. Also, what I could do is just... where is it? There it is. I can just do this. Which, yeah, come to think of it, that wouldn't be the worst idea. So, hang on. Let's do something a little different here. So, it starts here. Good. Then it goes up to here. Good. Then it comes down to here, which we can just get rid of, and then we can do that. That'll make everything flow a little bit easier. And I can only afford 2, but I feel like that'd be money well spent. Because that's an extra 8 construction material that's going to be put on the ship. Now, the ship is also starting to show its age a bit, I believe. Yeah, it's in mediocre condition, which isn't terrible, but it's going to catch up with it sooner or later. How much do ships cost? That one costs 550, that one costs 450. This is just an oil tanker, so I can't use it anyway. This one can technically carry passengers, but I feel like this ship would be the one that I'd actually want to use for passengers because it moves faster. Now, thankfully, I have enough wagons on this stretch of road that they actually eat up the construction materials that this ship drops off pretty quick. And then over here, he's already got quite a bit waiting for him. So yeah, I think just putting down this little drop-off point was a wise call. If I wanted to, I could configure the station and we could put another passenger terminal like right over here, or maybe even over here. And I mean, admittedly, that's only going to cost another 50,000. I could do that. What about landings? Okay, there's only one landing. Okay, gotcha. So, what is MISC? Ah, okay, that's just the pedestrian entrance. Gotcha. So... ah, man. Oh, we have a new train. And we have a new... ooh. Tram. Interesting. So hang on, let's go check out this train before we do anything else. That's the wrong depot. I want this one. There we go. So you go 34 miles an hour, which... okay, you go the same speed as this one, you just have a lot more power. And these things go all the way up to 1913, too. These things only go to 1900, 1907, so... man, look at that! The engine costs more than an entire ship! Okay, well, let's test something out here. If I were to do this... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... that's 2.3 million a go. Basically 5 million for two of them. But those would bring in so much money. Oh, those would bring in so much money, like it's not even funny. And these things... yeah, that's the wrong engine. That would only cost $1 million to do that. $1.2 million to just use the same cars and add on a few more. Is that worth it? I don't know. It might be better just to get a whole new train altogether, honestly. I spent so much time just paying off all this debt, too. Okay, one more debt payment, then I'll take out a loan, and we'll just buy a whole bunch more trains. We'll sell these old ones, we'll let them retire. We'll get whatever we can out of them to help out with the payment, then... yeah. I am enjoying this, though. I've never played this game on hard before. I never played any of the Trainsport Preview games on hard. I always played on either easy or medium. I'm enjoying the extra challenge, because on the other difficulties, once you build up enough money, and it's extremely easy to do, you can just pay off all the loans like pretty much instantly. But here, you're kind of constantly taking out loans to pay for upgrades to your transportation empire. Alright, well, I'll see you guys whenever I've made some kind of progress. Now, I tell you what, let's let this train make a little extra bit of money there, and then let's reconfigure this track a bit if we can. That little bin there is killing us. Okay, so a tunnel. And we can do that. Let's go ahead and do that, and then oops. There's no way I can afford to double track a tunnel, right? Oh my god. I actually might be able to. Do that. Heck yeah! Okay, we've got our first tunnel, everybody. That pretty much wiped out all the oh, no. Hang on. We're not done yet. There's that. And then we have signals. Can I still get a refund from these? No. That's slightly unfortunate, but okay, well, it's not going to take very long to build up to 3,000. We can just put another signal on whenever it gets to that point. But that should help out tremendously, because they no longer have to go around this little S-curve here and continue on. They've got pretty much just a straight shot. There we go. Problem solved. So now, not only can this thing handle a lot more traffic, at least once I put on a few more signals, it will be able to. That'll help out a lot. This thing could definitely handle, like, probably 2 more trains. Oh yeah, and you'll also notice that I built this little side road over here. Before, this hill was absolutely killing us, but now because of this road here, they can actually just completely bypass the hill entirely. Yeah, this hill was slaughtering these wagons earlier. Okay, well, we've at least made some kind of progress today. We still got a ways to go in the video, too. Maybe we'll achieve something else. I also find it extremely funny how I said at the very beginning of the previous episode that I didn't want to rely on trains too much, yet here I am completely relying on trains. That's funny. But, I mean, trains are pretty much the backbone of your economy in this game. There's no real getting around that. And I know multiple vehicles are in bad condition. I can't do anything about it, though. I don't like that rock being there. It's kind of unsettling. Alright, well, let's go over here and see if there's anything else that needs to be done. Admittedly, what I could do is I could just set up like a taxi service that goes from this town down to this town. And admittedly, this town needs bricks as well, but that's going to be a heck of a journey. And then on top of that, they have to go all the way back, pretty much completely empty-handed. So that's pretty much a no-go. If only there was a way to actually haul passengers and cargo at the exact same time. That would be really nice. Be very welcome indeed. Oh, the ship's coming in for a delivery. $77,000. Okay, well, you know what? I think there's no real point in putting it off. I think it's time we just go ahead and replace these trains. It's gonna hurt, but I don't really see a reason why not to do it. Ah, man. Alright, well, let's... Actually, tell you what, let's just send this guy... We'll send them both back into the depot to be sold once they make their deliveries. Yeah, sell him. And then the other one, there it is. Here we go. Let's go ahead and sell you. Okay. Now let's go ahead and... Man, we're gonna... Okay, I'm completely up to the maximum amount that I can possibly go up to, so... this is gonna hurt. Okay. Well, let's check out the new trains now. Very, very cool indeed. Oh. Ah, I just missed it. Dang it. So since these are going to be bringing in 56 a go, that means they're going to be making a heck of a lot more money, and they're also going to be going a little bit faster too. So let's see how much these things actually make on their first voyage. Incoming! 246 grand. Heck yeah! Come on. There we go. Okay, start paying back that loan instantly. Those will keep us going nice and steady for a while. That is... Heck yeah! Oh boy. Well, hopefully the stone quarry can actually keep up with them. And once we get enough money again, we'll buy another one or two. That way, well, let's see how these two do with the stone quarry at first. We might be able to only afford one more on this particular track. Man, that's going to help us out tremendously. Oh yeah, we'll be getting out of debt in no time with this. Okay, so I just paid off another 500,000, which means we're down to 9 million in terms of loans now. I can take out another million if I need to, but I think I'm just going to let these trains go back and forth for a while and try and pay off the loan almost entirely like I did last time. I had it like halfway paid off last time, so we'll see how things go. Oh, I might need to actually start shipping things out over here again. It's at max production, but its shipment isn't really matching up. So long as it keeps eating stone, that should be fine. Maybe I can just buy a few more. I can't really right now. I was going to say I'll just buy a few more wagons. That'll kind of solve the problem. And honestly, I could put like 20 more wagons on this thing and it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. Oh, and here we go. We've got passengers starting to come in now. Fantastic. Do you really need 3 horses for that? I kind of feel like that's a bit much. And I like how it, like, we're set in Asia, but the the buildings look very Western. And, like, all the people dressed very Western as well. This doesn't look very Asia to me. This doesn't scream Asian to me at all. Well, I will see you guys in a bit. Man, this is why you don't want to take out too much in terms of loans. Because whenever you get, like, so far up, it gets harder and harder to pay it all off. It's taking these trains forever just to get back up to this point. Thankfully, that ship kind of comes in every so often and puts a bit more back, but... Man, paying off this 10 million has taken a long time. I'm only down to, like, 8.5. About to be 8, though, thankfully. Because every bit helps. Because that's an extra, like, $500,000 that I don't have to worry about paying off. Alright, so I think what I might do is, considering that we've got... Oh, actually, we've got a lot of passengers here. I think I'll let another train come in, then we'll buy a few more taxis, and we'll just kind of let the town grow. Admittedly, what I could do is I could set up a passenger train to kind of go from here to there, or maybe we'll just set up another passenger line, like a road passenger taxi thing. I also shortened one of the trains, too. The stone quarry is having some trouble keeping up with the demand of these trains. Like you see right here, this guy doesn't even have a full load. So, in light of that, let's go ahead and take away that last car. I think that would help out a little bit. That's one less car we have to pay maintenance on, which would save a couple of pennies at bare minimum. Okay, let's buy a few more of these wagons over here. Put you on the taxi. There we go. It's a good thing I didn't put any more trains on here, because if they can barely keep up with what I've got now, then yeah, there's no point in putting another one on. Maybe like a really short one, but yeah, I don't know if that'd really even be worth it. So you're at 34, you can carry 49. Okay, well, you're not returning completely empty, so there is that. Oh, we're not too far away from paying off another 500,000. I'll take it. Okay, I just started a taxi service down here. So it goes from here to here to here. So that should help the people of this town get around a little bit easier. Start off with 3 taxis and we'll just... Oop, hang on. There we go. Keep paying off that loan. Every little chance you get. This is how I paid my car off so quick whenever I first got my car. Is even though I only had to pay like $300 a month, I paid like $500 on it. I got rid of that stupid payment as quickly as I possibly could. And it's really nice not having a really expensive car or two. One where you're just going to be spending years and years and years trying to pay off. Hello, we have fuel here now. Is there a fuel thing? There is an oil refinery over here. And there's an fuel refinery over here. And they want tools. Okay, so there's a lumber yard here. And there's forests over here, timber yards. But where is the closest tool maker? There's one. Is there one that's going to be a little bit easier to deal with? Not that I'm seeing. It's kind of the bad thing about starting off in 1850 is like your vehicles and your the stuff that you have is not really good for, like, long-distance travel. The only thing that can really go long distance is a ship or a train. And even then, sometimes it's really not even worth it. But for right now, all I'm seeing is just this one tool yard over here. But here, now here's a... Here we go. Here's a lumberyard. Forest, lumberyard, tools. Then all the way back down to there. Don't know if that's really worth it. Even when we get, like, actual semi-trucks, that's not going to be worth it. But hopefully by then we'll have enough money where it won't really matter. I don't really know what the end goal for this series is, by the way. It could be going to $1 billion. It could be trying to connect every town to every industry. I don't know. So there's a station that's overloaded. Oh, ship's taken off. Ah, okay, yeah. So there's a lot of people that want to use the taxi over here. Let's buy 6 more of these guys, and then let's put them on the taxi. Okay, he just made a delivery. Okay, I think I could probably just go ahead and get rid of that last little wagon there. That'll help out just a little bit at least. That might actually help me get down to the next loan payment. If nothing happens... Ah, something did happen though. Maybe? Yes! I'm now officially back to where I was whenever I started recording this video, or, well, not recording it, but I sat around, like, off-screen, just kind of letting the money accumulate as time went on. I really need to start shipping things out over there. But I can't pay for another train, and I can't really afford to put another station on, so I guess I'm just gonna have to do, like, road services. The problem is they're not gonna bring anything back. There's nothing over here to actually bring back. I mean, maybe they could kind of come up here and get some oil and just drop it off here at the oil refinery. That could do something. But eventually that oil refinery is gonna be completely topped off. It'd be the same thing if I started taking oil to the fuel refinery over here. I mean, maybe we'd get lucky and this town over here would start eventually demanding fuel. I wouldn't be optimistic. That'd make things way too easy, though. There just couldn't be a forest over here, could there? I mean, there's one right here. I mean, maybe I could kind of make a road kind of zigzag up one of these mountains. How much would this cost? Honestly, more than I'm willing to pay. And if I were to just cut through the mountain like that. Yeah, that's $9 million right there. I mean, eventually it'll get to a point where that money is basically just chump change, but... Is there like a... There's really no easy way to do this, is there? Maybe I could kind of come up like this? No. Or maybe something kind of like this? Yeah, but just making that short little distance right there, that's knocking on $70,000. There's just no way of actually getting, well, actually, maybe through here. That's a bit more feasible. I mean, I know it's $150,000, but there's there's only so much you can do. Unless maybe I could set up a train to do the same thing. Okay, technically, the train would actually be cheaper. Interestingly enough. That's gonna be an absolute nightmare, though. I think my best bet for over here is just waiting to put like an airport between these two towns, and we can bring in cargo and passengers at the exact same time. It's a long way off, but I think that's really the only thing we can actually do. It's nice to have that kind of foresight, though. Like, people back in the actual 1850s, they would have had no idea that airplanes would have been a thing. And another loan payment. Heck to the yeah! Getting closer and closer to paying this stupid thing off. Okay, admittedly it would be a heck of a line, but I do see a way we could actually get fuel over here to Z. We've got two oil refineries, like oil wells over here. I was trying to say oil refineries, but that's not the word at all. Yeah, two oil wells over here. Then we have a oil refinery over here, and we've also got another one over here, though I think over here would actually be the easier choice. Then we have a fuel refinery over here, and then we could have a final stop down here. But that would make Xi'an a very port-heavy town, I'm not gonna lie. I also find it weird how ships don't really bring in that much money, because the only thing you have to build with ships is you just have to set up the actual logistics line, build the ports, and then you've got basically free transportation with the water, which costs nothing. And I think our next actual plan is just going to be doing what I originally planned to do this video, which is just going to be port, port, port. And we'll just have a couple of ships that run back and forth through these waters that will basically just generate unlimited money. Theoretically, anyway. Okay, so it's been a little bit since I actually left you guys, but I've had some off-screen developments here. I now have this road system that's going from Koshi over here to Chong, and I've got a conmat system. These conmats over here are being transported over to here, while these conmats over here are being transported over to here. And then I've also got a taxi system that is, the vehicles come into here, to these transfer stations, and they then go over to here, to this transfer station. Now, right now I don't have the actual taxi systems in the towns going into these transfer systems. I need to change that here in a couple minutes, but yeah, there's been a couple of developments happening off screen, and this factory over here actually upgraded too, which means I should probably start putting on a couple more train lines, or yeah. Let's wait for another payment to come in, and this should be... yeah, there we go. Because this stone factory, it was struggling to kind of keep up with demand from here, because this factory just could barely swallow enough stone before the next train came in. Yeah, but now that seems to have been solved. This factory is now producing conmats for both of these cities, and I wish there was an easier way to get things over to this town over here. I know this town isn't really needing anything from down here in this valley, but I think you can still technically deliver to these other cities. Okay, so tools and machines, it's... I'll be able to do the tools part whenever, but admittedly, I could even do the machines part. Well, I say I could do the machines part. There's still some key elements that are missing from that. Either way, progress is being made. Progress is being made. That is all that really matters. And maybe at the beginning of the next video, I'll actually have like all this loan stuff paid off. Because it would be fantastic not being in debt anymore. That would be absolutely wonderful. Because then every dollar that we make is ours, and there's nothing that can change that. The only time I need to take out a loan is if I am trying to build something like a really long tunnel or a really long bridge or something. And even then, eventually, I'd have enough money to just pay for that outright. Ah, I missed my chance. Dang it. But you see how quickly money just comes and goes? You are... okay, so these guys are making money. That's all that really matters. The only thing that's probably not going to be making money for at least a little while is going to be this one line. And I believe that will eventually sort itself out. Oh, hello. Oh, $2.5 million loan. Oh yeah, I can definitely get this paid off by the end of this video. Hello, we have a new train. What are you like, my friend? You're a bit slower, but you're a lot more powerful. I just realized all these are Russian trains. I'm also down to the last 2 million of our loan payments, which should help out tremendously. I could really do with having another train now, I think. Okay, you're both carrying 7. Add on another... There we go. It's really cool how there's actually like some actual moving parts to the factories. I believe it's even more with like food processing plants. Let's come over here and check this out. That's just farms. Ah, here we go. Yeah. This thing is barely even halfway into just the first level, but it's only producing food for one town. Alright, I've officially done it. We are loan free, which means every bit of money that we make from this point on is ours to do with as we please. The only costs that we have now are just the cost to our vehicles, our maintenance costs, and that's basically it, just maintenance costs, really. So the game is pretty much open to us now. So I think that's a good enough place to end it. I'm going to continue playing, I'm just going to continue letting the game kind of do its thing in the background while I do some other stuff. But next time, I think we're going to start looking into building some ports, and we'll kind of continue on with what I originally wanted to do this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Excuse me for a second, I need to sneeze. Never mind, I did not need to sneeze. Whatever. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, God bless, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!